Hi there, how are you doing? In date everything physically, my towels and breaker box are my type, but on the emotional level, I preferred my air conditioning unit. Sure, the physical embodiment of my dishes gets my mood running, but he's got a lot of baggage, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to dig throughout it all to bring out this more poetic side. Unfortunately, my game console and I got off on the wrong foot, but there is a hoping that relationship can be rekindled at some point when we had the time to cool off. For now, spending time with my teddy bear and vacuum cleaner is going to be doing wonders for my mental health. Well, without date everything, and the above would sound absolutely bonkers, and means I'm happy to live in the world where these games exist. But just the right combo of meaningful and silly, and the industry stands to take itself a bit less seriously. Published by Team 17, Date Everything was developed by Sassy Chop Games, company founded by several well-known voice actors including Ray Chase, Robbie Damon, and Max Middleman. This explained the massive star-studded cast for the game boasts and dedication each actor and actress has to find the roles, no matter how over the top or absurd they may be. Did I expect to hear Final Fantasy 16 and acquire obscure Expedition 30 band star voice single door in my home? No. But now, every time I slam one in the real world, I'm tempted to apologize, or more likely to flirt. Heh. Well, going in blind, I expected Date Everything has to be somewhat of brief dating sim with a few good jokes and some cameos from the four famous voice actors. Instead, I was met with the ability to date all 100 characters in a single playthrough, something that would take approximately 80 hours to achieve, basically 2 working full-time days. Backstories and lore are also much deeper and more relatable than anticipated, with the developers even providing an option to opt out for more difficult subject matter. Every inch of this ludicrous game was clearly created with love, and while romance sims can be polarizing genre in a gaming shape, it's now my life goal to make everyone in my group play Date Everything if you only hear which appliance piece furniture they want to do the most. As the title implies, Date Everything gameplay revolves around making a contact with the dozen of items in your home by utilizing the mysterious part of classes dubbed deviators. However, date doesn't necessarily mean what do you think it does. In this acronym, directly acknowledging I think existence. And once this has been done, players are invited to get to know these unique characters while also deciding whether to pursue a romantic relationship or a friendship. It is also possible to steer hater in your household gods, and given the amount of friendly loot and rule dialogue often available for a fate of each relationship remains firmly in the player hands. These connections are shallow, either as each fully voiced characters has their own unique backstory, side quests, and collectibles to earn by selecting certain choices or achieving certain requirements. As teased ahead of the game launch, Date Everything boasts like 7,000 voice lines and over 11,000 hand-drawn images, with uncovering all of this quickly become an addiction. So the game protagonist is hired for a remote position before being unceremoniously let go on the day one. Suddenly the deviators appear at the front door, allowing for some more quality time with each and every item found in the main character's spacious home. Players can speak to 5 characters each day before the deviators need tonight to recharge, making the prospect of awakening and breathtaking 100 characters feels a little less daunting. The sheer amount of content crammed into the experience game is still shocking after 20 hours. I had found only 87 of these wacky personalities, and I had only managed to start a relationship with 20 of them. The gameplay is simple. It is expected from the dating scene, but that just makes easier to hop in it. The ultimate goal is to realize these characters, that is fully bring them to life. This easier said than done, as the players must first meet the certain perspectives and before the option becomes available. While each time you establish a friendship, relationship, or a situation with a character, one of the 5 stats will be boosted: the poise, the smart, the empathy, the sauce, or the charm. Each character needs to reach certain thresholds before they can step into the real world, and this adds even more depth in the already lengthy title. Love and hate will also lead to the different endings, and there are achievements for those who date all 100 date everything characters in one playthrough, and those who will fill their name's entire home with abject hatred. So, merely finding all 100 characters is a major undertaking. While some are obvious, others are more nuanced, like Bobby, a sassy bobby pin that appears randomly around the house, or Dolly, a sexy dust bunny that eventually appears in the living room. My first flying was the Tyrell, the handsome embodiment of the plush towels in my bathroom, who has dreams of someday becoming a beach towel and seeing the world. Friendship key easily with the Timothy, the timely cowboy, who appears while scanning a deck, and Rebel, my rubble duck, however, had a bad attitude from the start, and going to hate road just like feel the easiest path to take. Part of excitement is finding a new character, seeing their design and hearing their voice lines, all of which have been delivered expertly. There are no flat performances here regarding of how absurd the story being told may be. For instance, Johnny Splash, the embodiment of your shower, has dreams of becoming a singing superstar. This could have easily just been a generic performance, but instead, Robbie Diamond decided to do a full-on Elvis impression. The toilet was so funny enough to get some belly laughs off out of me, with the Max Mittelman taking on the role of Jean-Loup Prisser, a French cropper. Puns everything and date everything, but that's the welcome. There is no stress to found there, unlike some other immersive dating sims. They require players to make different choices or reload their saves endlessly to find a way to small their boo. So, date everything has hotties, himbos, and hard, along with more helpful advance than I'd rather expect what I was first from a gimmick and a god game. Sure, a few characters are out for one thing only, but the majority remind the protagonist of the importance of self-respect and being truly comfortable with the potential other half. I can think of the people in my personal life who would be better off with the physical embodiment of the table than with their current boyfriend. This is feel-good game throughout, and the one easiest pick and down whenever a pick-me-up is needed. So certain level of the characters found throughout the game shed is even more Light's development process than the creators with wildly talented artists, with the writers themselves popping up if you know where to look at. This is basically the title from Sassy Cheap Games. I sold any releases down the line, especially if they contain the same incredible attention to the details. Date Everything is very definition of creativity, and a game I'll be turning to when my heart is heavy. As it turns, Smoosh My Coffee was the coffee for depression. Who knew? Who knew? So yeah, I recommend you to play this game. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.